A couple of weeks ago, I talked about my 5 top reasons for living here in Vancouver, Washington. Well, as great as it is, there are a few reasons that you may not like living here. So now I'm going to go over my top 3 reasons why you may not like living in Vancouver. So let's take a look. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Denise Gehrke, a real estate agent with Keller Williams here in Vancouver, Washington. Every Tuesday I will post a new video about living in Vancouver, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on that little bell so you'll get reminders when I post new videos. But now, let's dig in. Let's find out the top 3 reasons why you may not like living in Vancouver. So I'm going to start with the number 1 reason that may drive you crazy about living in Vancouver, Washington. And that's explaining where you live. When you're traveling and you meet somebody and you say, I'm from Vancouver, Washington, people will say, oh, I love Canada. Canada's great. And you're like, no, Washington. And then they say, oh, what's it like on the East Coast? I've never been there. You're just like, no, not DC, Washington, the state. So eventually I usually just give up and either say I'm from Portland or Seattle. The second thing that's going to drive you crazy about living in Vancouver, Washington is the soil. You're like, the soil? What do you mean the soil will drive you crazy? Well, millions of years ago, we had glaciers come through here during the Ice Age. And while they did great things by forming the beautiful hills and valleys that we had, they also left something behind. They left a ton of rocks. And when you are trying to dig a hole to plant something in your yard, you may as well bring a pickaxe because you're just going to keep hitting rock after rock. Okay, maybe the pickaxe is a little exaggeration, but our soil here is extremely rocky and hard to dig in. The third thing that will drive you crazy about living in Vancouver, Washington is the weather. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, that was your top reason for living in Vancouver, Washington. Well, I do love the weather, and most people really do. But like I said, we have about 2 weeks of winter where we get some snow and ice. And when the weather person says the S word, snow, or even worse, the I word, ice, oh my goodness, people go crazy. They run to the stores, they buy everything, they're preparing for the apocalypse. And you know what? Usually we don't even get any snow. And if we do get it, it just will barely cover the ground and it's usually gone by noon. So just people's reaction to our weather is number 3. So do you want to pick my brain a little bit more about things in Vancouver? Well, just leave a comment below or send me an email and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. But until then, I will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.